Randomised Gaming presents.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host as always, Random Gamer Riven, and today we have a very big special shout out and thank you to everyone who has subscribed, followed, tweeted or commented on Randomised Gaming's blog and YouTube channel. Yes, this is a thank you video to all our subscribers. Thank you for staying with us and thank you for still supporting us. What we've done is, for this video, we've decided that we actually want to talk to our community directly, because now that we have over 550 subscribers, we feel it's time to actually talk to our subscribers and see what they like, see what they don't like, see what they want to see more of, and what you want to see less of. So we as a team have already discussed internally some of the things we'd like to change, tweak. Certainly, I think one thing we'll probably look at doing is slightly more videos, in terms of we will probably start thinking about doing videos of video, so to speak. So for instance, like our Turtles playthrough recently, I think we might do things like boss videos where we take the completed footage that we've done and then just only show the boss battles, because you do get people who like to see all boss videos, etc. So basically it means we'll be tweaking our footage so that way we can get a few videos out of each game, so to speak. I know some people may not like us doing multiple videos out of each game, but in the long run it benefits the channel, because the more videos we produce, the more YouTube likes us, and making those type of videos cut up from other videos is relatively quick and easy. So you will see sort of boss videos, etc., a sort of short cut down ones. We would like to do more sort of commentary videos. We probably don't do enough, and I think we probably should start making a regular thing for the now playing. We've done two now playing videos in the past. I think we probably should do more, like a now playing thing every Monday or something in the future, where we just play a game for like 10 minutes and just give a quick rundown on it. I think I need to condense a few of the chatty videos, because the opening now plays I did, I think were a tad too long, so I need to condense them down more to sort of bullet point things in the future. But that's something else we'd like to do for sort of commentary videos. And another series we should do more of is, of course, Gaming Nightmares, which has actually proven to be quite successful. When we originally started, we were quite sort of relatively new channel, and originally at the time the views weren't particularly good, but over time I've seen the views increase greatly for the Gaming Nightmare videos, and they were quite good fun to do as well. I mean, we've still got plenty of Gaming Nightmares, certainly at least for the Sega Saturn, and we've got quite a few Dreamcast games we could do Gaming Nightmares on, as well as with SNES. I think we've got a few. Generally, with all our footage, we like to avoid using emulators if we have to. So basically, primarily, unless we've literally exhausted our supply of games, we won't really be using too many emulated games. Only really arcades will we ever used to use emulators, because owning arcades is incredibly difficult and there's a space requirement, and videoing them is also rather tricky. As much as we'd love to have some arcade games, they're just not very practical. Another thing that is popular is comparison videos. We've noticed now we should do more on Superior Attack. We had intended it to be a very in-depth series, and basically there's just the time that's taken to produce the Superior Attack videos has slightly delayed us, but I have got one on the go. We were planning to do a Thunder Force comparison between the Mega Drive and Saturn version, which was actually quite interesting when we did that one, and it's been on the go for quite some time. We've had the footage ready for a while, we just need to sort of put it together. But I do think Superior Attack is another feature that people would probably like to see more of, because when I look at a lot of the comparison videos and channels, I'm generally seeing emulators, and if you are comparing emulators, that is like in equivalent comparing photographs of the Mona Lisa and going, well, I think this one's this way and this one's that way. It's not comparing the real McCoy, and I think a lot of the channels that we do those comparisons bear no reflection on the real game, because as I know myself playing emulators themselves are often badly off what the actual console experience is like, and still a lot of people seem to think that using emulators you're going to get 90% close to the original game. It's still quite often about 60-70% with frame rate issues, speed. There's still a lot of problems in the emulators, even like SNES and Mega Drive emulation. Mega Drive emulation still has awful sound, SNES emulation is still far from perfect as well, and you think how old those consoles are and how long the emulation scene's been going on. I mean, to give you an idea, even M2 stuff on the actual officially emulated console software, a lot of their stuff is not correct either. Still isn't as good as the real McCoy. So I think we would like to do sort of a bit more comparison videos. The other thing we need to think about is the length of our videos, and I would like some feedback on this, because I think at the minute we just about got the balance right. Some games you can do very quick videos, some games you need to do a lot longer videos, and it is a balancing act. Daytona, for example, USA, we did a video the other day. We could do that really quickly, show the intro and a race, and you get the feel of the gameplay very, very quickly. Something like Force Command we did a video of, or even the PC indie game fast and light, you need to spend a bit longer playing it in order to show the video. Now, some videos don't get as many views as others. That's understandable, but it's just gauging the right amount of time. I think certainly the more popular games are always going to get more views than the unpopular ones, but we really want to showcase everything, so we will sort of stick at where we're at with sort of how we do things. But I do want to know whether people want to see slightly shorter or slightly longer videos either way. I think people would probably like to see a bit shorter, but it's a balancing act. We could do sort of cut up showcase videos of gameplays, but then often those type of videos don't show you the sort of organic flow of the game and can be a bit misconstrued as to how the game actually plays. I mean, another thing, we could start looking at doing shout out videos, etc. At the minute, I don't think we've got a big enough fan base to warrant doing that, and there's only a few people I sort of see regularly on the comments, so I think we're too small a community to really do shout outs at this point, but that's something for the future. But again, if you'd like Q&A video or something like that, please let me know and we'll certainly consider doing one. Live streaming is something we have considered. We have also tested it. At the minute, the problem with live streaming is where well, I was going to tell you now, there are some areas in the UK that supposedly have worse broadband than if you pointed 2 radars at the moon, and unfortunately our area in the UK where our offices are is one of them, so we have to live with the fact that we can't live stream very well at this point in time. But I think we'd like to build a bit more fan base anyway, because live streaming really does require a slightly bigger fan base. So do let us know what videos you want to see more of, what videos you want to see less of, do you want to see it interact more, etc, etc. It really is a learning act both on our behalf and sort of listening and engaging with the community, because it's hard to say what people like and don't like. I know we've got a lot of Sega fans because I know our Sega videos do a lot better than our Nintendo videos, but then when I actually spent time sort of researching YouTube, I discovered that Nintendo videos generally are swamped anyway. If you type in Nintendo, I often find our rankings are quite lowly down because there's like so many Nintendo videos on set games, whereas Sega games there tend to be a lot less coverage on some of them, so we've been able to get to the top in the search a lot quicker. So that's an interesting factor that I have learned, that basically depending what game you pick does depend where you're going to end up in the search rankings as well. But certainly Sega-wise, we seem to have a lot bigger fan base Sega-wise than we do Nintendo-wise. And when I looked at Nintendo videos as well, viewer-wise, they are down. I mean, Nintendo isn't as popular as they used to be, which is an issue. Certainly, I would like to see a bit more viewing on the indie PC stuff. I know people obviously don't like that as much, but you know, some of the indie and PC games we covered are just as good as the Sega Dreamcast and Sega Saturn ones. Long plays we would like to do more of. I think long plays I want to ideally stick to, and we want to stick to, games that are within 2 to 3 hours. I myself am a huge RPG fan, and as much as I'd love to have videoed my playthrough of Mass Effect that I did a few years back and played through all the games, the amount of time it would take me to capture, upload it, you would have months and months of the same videos. I mean, you'd have to do videos in between, but those type of huge long plays I don't think would necessarily benefit our channel unless we were doing for a direct Let's Play channel. Down the fact the amount of time it would take to upload all the footage would be astronomical. I think my Mass Effect playthrough clocked in around 50 hours or something, so that would be astronomical. The worst one I ever did was Final Fantasy XII, where I did something like 300 hours to finish the game. Now, imagine videoing that. Okay, you would probably cut some of that out because some of that was farming, etc. But to see all the content was still 100 hours plus. So that's not something I'd like to video and then try and upload. Certainly not a 1080p 60 frames a second, that's for sure. So our standard will be 1080p 60 or 1080p 30 depending on the game. At the minute, certainly we will be 1080p. I mean, although the only reason I like 720p is that it takes up less file size and it's quicker to upload, you do lose quality with it, so we do prefer making 1080p videos these days. Certainly YouTube likes 1080p videos over 720p videos as well. So do let us know what you think, do let us know where we've gone wrong, where we've gone right, and sort of give your discussions and feedback, and we will take on board everything you've said. I can't promise we'll action everything, but we will look at what you say and we will decide how to move forward from there. We appreciate your support so far, and thanks for staying tuned and watching. And if you are liking our content, then please do spread the word out to your friends, families, relatives, co-workers, etc. The more viewers, more subscribers to get, the more it helps our channel in the long term. Because at some point we would like to really sort of ramp up the channel, but we are not at a stage anywhere close to where we can do that. I think we'd need at least 10,000 plus subscribers, so that's a point for the future, but that's probably a point for the future in 3-4 years from now at this point in time. I think my goal, ideally, and our goal as the team's been to try and hopefully get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll likely hit 1,000 by next year, but you never know, we might be able to hit it by the end of the year if we get a bit lucky and if we get the word across YouTube, because YouTube, I was thinking actually doing a feedback video on YouTube itself, as YouTube does have a lot of problems with, as I'm finding, smaller studios, because a lot of studios and channels these days I'm finding are using a lot of bots to up their ratages, and that's annoying because we play by the rules. A lot of people don't play by the rules, and that's clear. They're using it to get the coverage, and because basically once you get the coverage you then get all the natural people, so there is a reason to cheat when you're a small channel, because that way you get exposure up to sort of 1,000, 10,000 degrees, but we've decided we're not going to do that. We're not going to be like other channels and cheat. We're just going to see how we go and pick up the comments and subscribers naturally. We don't want people who just subscribe to us because they've decided to subscribe to us because we're subscribed back or something. We want people who enjoy our content, who watch our content. We want fans to be subscribers. We don't want bots being subscribers. We hope you've enjoyed our content so far. As you see in the video I've got running in the background while I talk over it with a selection of some of our finest videos. So I do hope you've enjoyed our channel so far, but yes, please like, subscribe and drop some feedback. What do you like? What don't you like? And please provide it in constructive criticism and positive criticism. I don't want to see, great, your channel's fantastic, yeah, or your channel sucks. That doesn't tell me anything. It's like the likes and dislikes buttons. When I look at them, when I see the likes and the dislikes, that tells me nothing. I really do hate the likes and dislike features, as they tell you absolutely nothing about anything. It's just like thumbs up, thumbs down. What does that mean? Me and Dragoon were looking at the other day. It's like, what does it mean? Sometimes it's just people, angry people who don't like the video, and other channel competitors who decide to downrate our video because ours has gone up above there. It's a weird and wacky world. So basically, likes and dislikes to me are utterly useless. They don't tell me anything. Feedback does. So if we can get some people commenting, that would be fantastic. And thank you again for your support. You have made it worthwhile. Thank you again, and we hope to carry on doing what we're doing for very much longer. And despite my sometimes complaining rhetoric, I do have to also thank YouTube for providing the platform that we actually upload our videos, even though occasionally they could do things to improve the situation, but still, it's not cheap to host all these videos, so we do have to thank them, because without them we wouldn't be displaying these videos. And also Elgato for their capture card software. Again, their software is not great, but without it we wouldn't be capturing. At least it's made it a lot easier than what the old capture cards of the 90s were like, and even the early 2000s. It's certainly a lot easier to capture video these days. So thank you to both YouTube and Elgato. I am Random Gamer Riven, and I'm saying a big thank you again to Randomised Gaming's fans, and this is me clocking off for now.